Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome. My name is Minish and today it's time for another review. Today we'll be having a look at Sniper Elite Nazi Zombie Army. For those of you thinking this is an expansion, you are absolutely wrong. This is a standalone game, so if you just want the Nazi zombie part you can easily buy it off Steam. But before you jump on the bandwagon and say, oh my god, it's Nazi zombies, I have to have this game, and take out your credit card and rush to Steam, hold on. Watch this video first, to save you from something that might possibly not be the best game out there. There isn't much of a story in Sniper Elite Nazi Zombie Army. Whew, that's a mouthful. At the start of the game you'll get an intro cinematic where Hitler, instead of killing himself, activates Plan Z at the end of the war. Now you might not be aware of this, but Plan Z, the Z actually stands for zombies. Yeah, I know, what a shocker, right? That's not a generic name at all! And let's also listen to the intro cinematic for a second. You might notice something is off.
The fatherland will not fall!
Hitler did not speak English. Okay, Hitler spoke German. Now I might be overreacting on this, but this is one of my pet peeves with games like these, or any game featuring Germans at all. They always seem to speak English with a really heavy accent. You wanna know what Hitler should be like? He should be like this.
Das war ein Befehl! Der Angriff Steiners war ein Befehl!
That sounds way more convincing, and if you just put some subtitles on it, everyone can understand. Now let's have a look at the gameplay. Overall it's pretty basic. You start off a game, you can choose between 3 difficulties, and you can choose if you want to play cooperative or single player. The game adjusts its own difficulty to the number of people playing, but if you start a game with 4 players and one of them leaves, nobody else can take his place. Sniper Elite may be in the title of this game, but it's certainly far from the originals, because there's no stealth involved and there's no picking targets, you just kill everything that crosses your path. It's way more action oriented than the previous titles in this series. What does remain the same though is the kill cam shots. When you kill an enemy in one shot you might be rewarded, notice the tone of my voice, rewarded, with a kill cam. This means the whole game freezes for about 3 seconds I think, in which you follow the bullet, fly through your target, and you see an X-ray shot where pieces of the brain and things splatter. Sounds pretty cool, right? Yeah, I thought so too, until I saw it for the 100th time in about 5 minutes. You can reduce how much it happens, but even then at minimal settings it happens way too often. As an example, just look at the footage in the background. It's footage of me playing with the setting on minimal. You might also notice that this game is basically like shooting fish in a barrel. Your enemies move towards you slowly and all you need to do is pick them off one by one. Now, sometimes they do spawn on random locations, which is more annoying than fun, but hey. And there are also a few special kinds of enemies that close the gap faster and things like that, but still, these enemies are also more annoying than fun to go up against. Then there's also the matter of the snipers you use, or the weapons in general. Every sniper, you've got a choice of several different snipers, every one of them feels like the same gun. The only thing that changes is the scope and maybe the reload time. The game is also a lot more enjoyable if you decide to not use the sniper anymore and just use shotguns or machine guns and things like that. These closer range weapons are easier to shoot, they also one-hit kill on a headshot, and they don't get the annoying kill cams every few seconds. Now some of you might be thinking, oh, it has cooperative mode, you should play cooperative mode with friends, that's a lot more fun. And you're probably right, it would be more fun, but that doesn't mean it would be nearly as fun as playing cooperative mode with a friend in a good game. A game should be fun by itself, and if you play it with a friend it should be even more fun. But sadly, Sniper Elite Nazi Zombie Army is not a fun game in its own rights. When we take a look at the graphical side of things, the game looks just fine, it runs perfectly fine, and the X-ray shots look good as well. I've had enough time to study them up close and personal. On the other hand, the levels all look the same and you feel like you've been here before. You get a constant feeling of deja vu. Sound-wise, the game gives off a pretty eerie atmosphere, and the sounds that you hear sometimes give you the feeling that something is behind you while there's nothing, and that's a pretty creepy feeling, but it's not enough to save the game as a whole. Sniper Elite Nazi Zombie Army is not a good game by any stretch of the imagination. Not only is the gameplay repetitive, boring and simple. It has been done 1,000 times before, and 1,000 times it's been done better than this. And every time I did get the feeling like I was enjoying the game, then suddenly the kill cams were back. Huzzah! Now this isn't an expensive game, but at the same time there are loads of games out there that cost about the same or are even cheaper and that are basically better than this game. My suggestion, don't give these guys your hard-earned cash. Keep it to yourself and go play something else with your friends. My name is Minish and thank you for watching.